Hi everybody, it's Kathy Stevens and it's Wellness Wednesday. Not sure exactly who's here, but I'll give you a few seconds. Let me just get my lighting and my music tuned up, and then we'll start with our Muscle Matters fitness tip. All right, so we're right at the 9 o'clock hour, I believe. And so I'm going to get started with my little discussion. That always gives me just a bit more time for some of you to show up and get in the room. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about what I call muscles matter. And as you know, muscles look good on the body, but they do so much more for us in life. Not only do strong muscles help support your body in movement to avoid falls, because you need those muscle fibers that are able to react quickly and stop your momentum if that's the direction you're going in. But they also are so important in terms of being able to continue to do and function in the way you want to as you're aging, because it's strong muscles that are going to allow you to continue to do those sports or those recreational things you like to do, and those simple things like lifting your grandchildren or helping somebody carry heavy boxes and bringing in your own groceries. Those things count on having active, healthy muscles. What else? Well, we also know that muscle tissue has a higher metabolic count than fat tissue. So the more dense and muscle tissue you have on your body, the higher you're burning calories at rest. Hi, Betsy. And why is that important? Because that helps keep our body weight, our overall percentage of body mass up, which is healthier for all of those chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease and so many things that we want to try to avoid. So we want to keep active muscle on our body as long as possible. Well, the problem is there's a thing called sarcopenia. Sounds scary, doesn't it? Well, all it is the natural way that our body tends to not build muscle tissue as readily as it used to, and it starts to break down and not replace itself. Good news is 100% replaceable, even at 60 and up. If you're willing to put some time into it, you can bring your strength back. You can bring muscle tissue back and keep that healthy tissue surrounding your joints. They act as a cushioning to that joint. They help you control your body, as I said, and they keep your metabolism up, which is so key to so many other issues. So let's talk about what we need to do to try to fight sarcopenia and to also just feel good with all the functional things we want to continue to do. Number one, our diet is important. We need to make sure that not only are we getting enough calories to support muscle tissue, but also the right percentage of protein and carbohydrates, hi Bob, and so many other nutrients, minerals, and vitamins that go into maintaining and building healthy tissue. Hi Dan, glad you're watching. We just started talking about muscle and it matters. So with that said, the nutrition end is always going to be important in terms of maintaining and reducing muscle loss. Did you know that we can lose up to 3 to 5% of your muscle tissue every decade of life? And in some cases, that can be up to 10 pounds a decade. Well, then you might ask yourself, well, why am I gaining weight instead of losing weight? Because oftentimes as we drop our metabolism and lose some of that precious muscle tissue, we then load on too many calories and start putting on or replacing or exchanging muscle tissue with fat tissue. It doesn't turn into fat tissue. It just gets replaced with storage tissue, which isn't as healthy for the body. So back to how we put more muscle on. We know that the key ingredient to building and maintaining muscle throughout the ages, 60 up, is resistance training. What do I mean by that? Strength training. Now, resistance training comes in several forms. We talked a little bit about this if you caught my workout last week about bone density and how strength training helps bones. We know that muscles can work as movers and also as stabilizers. So sometimes a muscle will actually contract without a joint moving. That's called stabilizing, and that's called isometric training. Just like if I was walking and decided to stand on one leg for a few seconds. What would help me keep from wobbling or on the board, as we often do, is those muscles in the hip joint and the pelvis contracting to hold the pelvis and the femur in place so that I don't wobble. That's called a stabilizing contraction. While the other leg is contracting actively or dynamically, shortening and lengthening to bring that leg through, catch the ground, and control myself, accelerating and decelerating. That's a moving contraction. And guess what? They trade off. So muscles need to synchronize. They need to work in unity. They need to figure out how to fire when they need to. This is what's so precious about this board, is we help regenerate that process with the brain. But we also need to work on creating some additional resistance. We do know that endurance exercise like swimming does use arm muscles, and walking and climbing stairs use leg muscles. But ideally, the best and the most efficient way to replace or regenerate or build new muscle is to work against a resistance that creates a sense of fatigue, volitional fatigue. That means, oh, I'm getting tired, but it's not so tiring that I have to quit, or I'm having pain, or I'm cheating. What is a cheat? A cheat is when you say, wow, I'm tired of using my biceps, so let's throw my back into it. Okay, that's going past the point of volitional fatigue, where you start to change form, and that can compromise other things. So the key to good strength training, whether it's isometric and holding, or whether it's active and moving, is to try to get the point, hi Rose, hi Pat, try to get to the point where your muscles get a little tired and you say, okay, I can continue with good form, but now's the time to relax and let it recover before the next rep or the next set. So we are going to do that today in our workout. We're going to put a little bit more muscle behind our workout. I like to call it pumping it up on 60 up. We're going to combine those two types of contractions, the moving and the stabilizing, within the different muscle groups that we want to focus on today, and try to get them to a little bit of volitional fatigue. Now, a little warning with that. What I want to make sure is that as you're working towards volitional fatigue, never compromise joint health. So if you're doing something, you're saying, wow, this is bothering my knee, even though I'm feeling it in my glutes, the knee wins. Lighten up a little bit, because what we don't want to do is aggravate a joint in order to work a muscle. And it's a very fine line with a lot of conditions, and I realize that. So we're going to work slow, we're going to work hard, and I'm going to invite you to have several pieces of equipment with you today. Hi, Dan, are you still in the dentist chair? You can be doing some isometrics. Just sit there and do this for us. Anyways, so what are we going to need? We're going to need our tubing, and I'm choosing to use the short tubes on the outside. Okay, I like that outside position for short tubes. Then I don't have to move the bar, and I think it's just a little bit, oh, you better pump it up. And then it's just a little bit more simple to flow through the workout. The other thing we're going to do is take one of the long tubes, and with the long tube, we're going to sit down and do a few additional strength exercises using this one. And the reason I like showing you that, so you'll need a chair nearby too, is because I love these tubes. They are so well designed. They're perfect length. They've got a nice ability to wrap it around your hand or your foot. And I also encourage you to bring those with you when you're away from your board, because you can still do these strength training exercises when you have to fill in the gap. And then again, chair, a towel, some water, please, because we will be hydrating. And let's start pumping it up, all right? As I go through, if I think of some other cool muscle tips, I'll throw them out there. But for now, our tip is going to be about unity, synchronicity, moving muscles, stabilizing muscles, and getting to a little bit of fatigue without joint strain. All right, here we go. Thank you guys all for being here, by the way. Love to see all of you. And know that if you miss the workout, you can catch it later on YouTube. All right, here we go. I like a little background music. I'll keep it low. I know some of you prefer to hear the teacher more than the music. So hopefully this will be about the right volume, because I can hear it and it gives me a little bit of a beat to walk or to march to. I also feel it's a little uplifting. I always try to find songs that to me make me feel up, 60 up. So we're just marching and holding, just warming up the body. That's always important, whether it's a strength focused or a balance focused or a cardio focused workout. You want to start that engine gently. Now I will come back in and check on any posts that you make, and if the music is too loud, let me know. So here we're going to do a little pattern, 3 marches with a tap on the side. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3. Now as you get the pattern down, see if you can reach a little further out with that foot. Out. Nice. Now any of you that are new, please make sure to sit down and take a break if you need to at any point during the workout. There's so many days in the year and the week and the month. You don't have to get there all in one day. So let's take our time conditioning and progressing for comfort. Now same thing, but instead of tapping with the toe, tap with the heel. 1, 2, 3, heel tap. We're still on the ground, but I bet you can guess what's next. 4 more of these. 3 and 2, stand tall. Now march and tap toe on top. So 1, 2, 3, tap top. Tap top. And here I want you to really lift that chest up, but pull the shoulder blades back and down, chin level to the floor. Again, tap with the toe right in the middle on that red line. And it's okay if you spot or look at it real quick. Now switch it to the heel on the top. 1, 2, 3, heel. Good. Wiggle your fingers a little bit, make sure you're not over gripping. But know that the beauty of this board is the fact you've got something to hold on to at all times. 4 more. 2 more. And last one. Now just bend the knees behind the board. Just a light bend. I could call that a quarter squat. All right. Now I want you to grip and release. So use your fingers to press into the grip on those handles. Grip, grip. Get that blood flow going all the way out to those fingers. Grip and spread them wide. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold here. Bow at the hips. We talked about hip hinging last workout, how important it was. Because we want to be able to loosen up that posterior chain of the body, which includes the hamstrings, the hips, and the spine. Good, keep going. Nice. Looking great. Flat on the way down. Roll back. Again, flat on the down. Roll through. This must be my favorite move because it just feels like such a nice fluid stretch to the legs and the spine. Last one. All right, now standing tall, shoulders back and down. All right, step out a little wider now, and we're still on the floor, and I want you to lunge rock side to side. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm allowing the heel on one foot to kind of come up and then smash the bug under the heel. And what I want you to feel for is that engagement of the thigh muscles as you're leaning and smashing the heel down. Start to activate the hip and thigh muscles. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Good job. Now we're going to hold it to this side and just stretch. Now hold this knee bent, take this toe lifted up and down and up and down. This is for those of you that have a little mobility issue in those ankles. I want you to make sure that you get those ankles warmed up for me today, okay? So let me show you without the board in the way. It's up and down and up and down. And you're kind of keeping most of your weight over that right thigh. Let me just make sure that I put my phone. Keep going. Nice work. Okay, I'm here. Bring it back to the other side now. Lunge it side to side. Sorry for that little blip. Bearing that weight through the thigh, through the hip, through the calf. Now holding it over here to the left. Once you're balanced, then take that foot and just peel it up and down. You might have to change your stance a little bit, and that's okay if you need to accommodate that leg out to the side and stretch. 4 more, and 3. Last 2. Last one, then bring it back to the center. All right, lift up to the toes. Rock back to the heels. Lift up to the toes. Rock back to the heels. Again, you can squeeze the handles as you lift up and spread the fingers as you go back. Multitask a little here. That's it. Squeeze and lift. Go back down and sit into your hips. Keep your spine long and strong as you sit back. Don't round out. Lift up, tighten your glutes. Rock back, lift up your toes. Again, up, squeeze your bottom, back, stretch it out. 4 more. And back. Last 3. 3. And back. 2 more. Take a deep breath. Fill up those lungs, then exhale. Last one. I don't know about you, but my feet and ankles feel real nice. Walk them in. All right. From here, let's just take one leg at a time and step up on the red line into that lunge front. Lunge, step back. Lunge, step back. Again, feel how you're engaging the muscles around the knee joint, into the hip joint. That's nice. Forward and back. Now on this one, I want you to give me a little more of the fast twitch push out of it. Think of the power to push back. Slow, like you're going into quicksand, and then push back. Down and push back. Sink, explode. Nice. That's a moving contraction. Very important to be able to control your body weight, especially if it starts to get a little too far in front of you. Nice. Let's do a couple more. Chin and chest high. Now let's leave the left leg up. Hold here. Now balance. Tighten up. Core tight. Core tight. Think about those muscles you have to tighten up and lift to try not to wobble the board. Now we're going to take a lunge. Down for 2 and up for 2. Again, try not to wobble the board. Oh, lots of isometrics going on to control and stabilize the spine. Nice. Wiggle your fingers on the up. Couple more. Last one. All right, let's switch sides. Shake it off a little bit. Did you feel the fatigue? A little volitional fatigue. All right. Other foot up. Heel on the back is up. Bend both knees and lift up. Work hard to keep that board stable. That's what's so great about the 60 up, is it really helps to engage and fire those stabilizers. Nice. You got it. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale as you come up. Keep going. I know as you get tired, don't you notice your arms start to have to absorb a little bit more of the control, the wobble? That means you're hitting a little volitional fatigue. Let's do 2 more. Last one and step back. All right, roll those shoulders around to get rid of some tension that you might have built up in those neck and upper trap muscles. Okay, it's time to step on board. So bottom out, step on, and come into the 2 and 2 position. Now, in case you didn't hear me in the beginning, we are going to be using the short tubes and focusing more on resistance rock and roll. We're going to rock and pump today. So let's make sure that you have them in, and if you don't, and let's just say you don't want to, then you can still do the moves, just mimic and keep active, even if it's just the weight of your arm. All right, so we're going to start with the right arm. Let's find stable. Take that right handle and bring it out to the side here, right off to the side. Now we're going to do a lateral raise, and we're going to just lift and drop as you're rocking. And notice that short handle is not going to let you lift real high. That's purposeful. I don't want it to go too high. I want that first third of the action to be the focus. So that first third of the lateral raise of the arm. Why? Well, you kick in a lot of rotator cuff muscles in that first third of the lateral raise, as well as the deltoids. Now, some people ask me, oh, how many reps? Well, the right answer is the amount it takes to get to volitional fatigue. But in general, we hope that's somewhere between 8 and 15. Otherwise, you might need the tougher cord, or we'll be here all day. Let's do 2 more. Let's do 1 more. And then let's hold it grounded on our left side and just squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. So, imagine that your scapula had a mind. It does. It's called brain to muscle connection. So just squeeze back like you're trying to pinch that shoulder blade on the right side towards the spine. And if you want to make this a little trickier, you can lift the foot off and put it back down, which is going to give you a little wobble, which is okay too, because this is balance training, but that part is optional, okay? Pull them back. Pull them back. 4 more. Hopefully you're feeling a little fatigue building behind that shoulder. Last one. All right, now rock it out a little bit. And as we rock, allow your torso to lean just slightly, laterally, towards the left. Now, if you want to feel this more in your obliques or your abs, you can choke up on the tubing, meaning grab a little below the handle and lean away. Lean. Where you want to feel this is on this side, the left side. Lean it. Lean it. Good. You got it. 4 more, keeping those legs active. 3, push through the feet, bend the knees. All right, now hold here, back to the center. We still have that cable, but come back to the handle grip. Find your center, bring it to the inside of the pole. From here, I want you to cable cross and lift, up and down. Now, if you want, again, you can rock with it. Or you can stay grounded in the left lunge. Across your chest, up. Where you should be feeling the fatigue is building in this front quarter of the chest or pectoralis, the deltoid and bicep. If you like rocking, add the rock. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. How we feeling? Any fatigue building? I hope so. Excellent. 4 more times. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now bring that arm out to the side, just like you're holding the elbow at your side in external rotation, and do a little bicep to the side. Try to stay balanced in the center. Breathe. If you bottom out, that's okay, but try to stay balanced. Feet on 2 and 2. It's not a big movement, it's just a bicep curl. You want to feel that bicep contracting actively, lifting, stabilizing the body. Good job. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And this side should be getting tired, right? All right, back to the rock and oblique. Side flexion. Soften your knees. Keep active. Looks great. Ease it out. In 4. In 3. In 2. In 1. Now we're going to finish off the arm portion of this by bringing that wrist forward and through the pole and just giving me a little wrist curl. Try to stabilize, wrist curl. We need to strengthen the forearm muscles too. So stay stable, stay tall. Up, down. Beautiful. You got it. Now turn it down, palm down, and flex the wrist up. Good, right there. Forearm work. Those muscles need to be strong to support your ability to lift, to carry, to catch yourself. 4, 3, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling fatigue. All right, put it down and shake it out. Get the blood flow going. All right, now I want you to step this right foot on the 3 of the right. I want you to hold this tubing up high at your hip. And then we're going to do something called a curtsy lunge and come out of it. So we want to keep that tubing up high so that you feel a little more. Now, if you want, if you have the strength, you can actually put that tubing up on your shoulder. Depends how tall you are too, right? So that you feel more resistance in that right thigh and hip as you curtsy back. Now, if you're not comfortable stepping back in the curtsy lunge, just touch your toe next to the other foot. See how I can do that if I don't want to do the bigger range and the curtsy lunge? Very nice. Down and up. Chin up and chest up. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. How are we feeling? Is your core upright? Isometric spinal contraction to keep you stable? 4 more. Large leg muscles, they're pretty strong, so a lot of times we have to do quite a bit before we feel it. 1 more. And then bring it here and take the arm and shake it out and turn to face the side. Now, I want your back leg on the red stripe, and from here, we're gonna be in a lunge position. Set up for a second for me. Stay there. We're gonna take that front arm and do a front raise. Let's see if we can see that. There we go. Up, back, up, back. Keep that neck long. Keep that spine strong. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Feel that front shoulder muscle. Lift, lower, lift, lower. 4 more times. Are you feeling it? 4, I am. 3, bend your elbow a little if it's getting too hard. All right, let's rock and row. Row, rock, row, rock, row. Good, keep going, rock and roll. I'm just gonna come check you out, or check out your comments anyway. Rock and row, rock and row. Thanks, Debbie. Good to see you here. Now, I don't know if my music's getting a little loud, so I'm just gonna bring it down a bit. Let's rock and row. Nice. Feel those legs engaging. Feel the upper body engaging. Feel the lats engaging. Those are those large back muscles. They're your picker-uppers, your pullers. In 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Now hold it here, lean over. Ah, that feels like a nice stretch to your backside, doesn't it? Then take that arm with the palm down and give me a little tricep kickback. What's a tricep kickback? Look at it from here. Out and in. What's important? Long line, head to tail through the spine, elbow up alongside the body, lower arm extending out. Beautiful. Breathe for me. Come on, guys. What's our goal? Volitional fatigue. Out and in. Strengthening that upper arm and back shoulder. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. All right. Feet together on 3. I'm riding a surfboard. I'm hanging 10 right now. Now bring that arm up. You can still hold on to this one, but hold it tall and then bow over and unhinge. Now remember, these are deadlifts. If you're balanced enough and you want to keep both arms on the tubing, you can do a little upright row action too. But remember, safety first. So what's most important to me is that you're staying stable and that you're keeping your spine in good alignment throughout that bend. 4 more. And up, squeeze your glutes. This is great for the hamstrings, the glutes, and the core. 2 more, and up, and last one, and up. Now what? Lift 1 foot. You're still grounded on this side. Hold this cord up close to your shoulder or your chest, and then give me a 1-legged squat. Squat and lift. Squat. Now this is a lot of work, both in the stabilizers of that hip joint and the quadricep of the moving joint. So put the toe on the ground if it gets too hard. We are really going for some burn. That's the wrong word, some real good fatigue. Remember we used to say, no pain, no gain? Doesn't work after 60. Pain and no gain is what I like to say. 2 more. Last one. All right, shake it out, shake it out. Put that handle back on. Come back to center, and let's get some water real quick. Whew, I don't know about you, but my right side is feeling in general a little fatigued. The purpose of strength training is to hit that level because that's where you start to regenerate and build stronger muscle. Well, we got another side to go. I guess that's the good and the bad news, right? Let's do it. All right. So what we do on the right, we have to do on the left. So come to 2 and 2. Let's just rock for a second and get a nice little flow going again and take a little accounting of your balance and your posture. Head over shoulders, shoulders down and back, over the hips. Feel that connection from that foot all the way up the chain to the brain. All right, now let's go ahead and take that handle on the left side. Nice job. So what did we start with? We started with our raises, and you can raise and rock if you want. So I'm doing a lateral raise, try not to turn out. And what else did I tell you? I like the lower third of the action. So don't worry, I doubt very much you're gonna get that arm up parallel to the floor. Nice. But actually it's a lot joint friendlier not to lift all the way, because that's where we start sensing some impingement sometimes. Nice. Keep going. With or without the rock. Feel comfortable. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Still feel the connection to the feet, to the calves, to the quads. Then get that focus up high on the shoulder and the upper back. 4 more times. Here we go. 4. Wiggle your fingers every once in a while over here. 2. 1. All right, now hold it here and let's pull that shoulder blade back. Squeeze. Try to isometrically hold the leg steady in the center. Squeeze back. Squeeze back. Excellent. Squeeze. Hold and breathe. So you want to hold tight through your lower body, keeping that board balanced. Exhaling as you contract that scapula towards the spine, behind you. Picking up that heavy luggage. Don't round your posture. Keep your chin up and parallel to the floor. Excellent. You got it. Nice. 4 more times. Breathe. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. All right, now rock and relax. So remember, with the rock, you can also use that little lateral crunch to the side through the obliques. And if you're not feeling enough pull, you can creep your hand down on the cord and grab it a little lower. rock and pull. Think about contracting the ribs towards the pelvis on the right side. You'll feel a little bit in that upper trap here too, but try to keep it predominantly in the waistline. Pull it over, rock it over. 4 more times. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Now take that arm, grab the handle, bring it front, push and uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. Now if you keep rocking those feet, what it does facilitate is continued isometric contraction in those thighs and calves. Gripping to keep balance. Wiggle your fingers a little. So we've done a lot of dynamic on the upper body, a lot of isometric on the lower body. We'll have to shake that up in a second. Here we go. Up. Up. Feel this in the bicep, chest and front shoulder. Couple more. Last one. All right, take it out to the side and curl. Now find that stable base. Come on. Grip with those muscles. Maintaining inner thigh, outer thigh, calves, glutes. Try to balance that board. Keep the elbow right alongside your side. Stop when you need to. Take a break, shake it out. You don't have to do every rep. Whew, but make sure you're breathing. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it across, shake it out a little. Here we go with the wrist now. Palm up, wrist. If you want to rock, you can. Wrist curl, wrist curl. Deep breaths. Bend those knees. All right, flip it. So that when you flip it, the palm goes down and the knuckles are pulling back. Try to keep that lower arm kind of parallel to the floor. It's kind of like you're on a motorcycle and you're revving it up. 4 more, here we go. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. All right, take it to the lower body, step on 3. Bring this one wherever you feel most comfortable holding it for our curtsy lunge transition. So we lunge back, slightly behind, and then if you want, you can rock it over. Bend and open, bend. Remember, if this is too much resistance, hold it down here at the waistline. If that's too much range of motion in that back leg, tap it next to the other. Here we go. You don't have to step off the board if that makes you feel at all uncomfortable. Remember, this is your workout, and every workout you need to put your own little imprint on it and do things the way that it works for you today. Hopefully tomorrow it'll work better. By the way, I love reading so many testimonials out there of that slow but progressive improvement you're seeing despite so many different odds. Neuropathy odds, surgery odds, life-changing odds. Changing the right direction, I hope. 4 more. Let's do 3, 2, we're getting there. Last one. Excellent. Turn to the side. All right, here we are. Downhill slope. We just do a front raise and a drop. No rush. Inhale and exhale. Now if you're getting thirsty, please take a little self-break. Step off and get some water. Inhale and exhale. Shoulders lined up over hips. Abdominals engaged. Ear over shoulders. Always, always, always try to plumb line that posture. Straight up and down. Let's do 4 more. Now bend it over, step one foot back, get into that bent over row position, rock and row. Now here's another one where, depending on, again, the tension in your band, you might choose to hold on beneath the handle just to get a little bit more aggressive on the resistance. Reach and row, reach and row. Exhale. Usually you want to exhale at the point where the muscle feels like it's contracting the hardest. Blow out. Excellent. These are very strong muscles. We do a lot of lifting and pulling throughout our life. So sometimes it takes a few more reps before you feel that nice volitional or voluntary fatigue. Okay, 4 more. Pull that elbow back. 3, spine intact. 2, last one. Now lift it up and give me that tricep kickback. Push the arm, keep it alongside your body. I know you can't see mine, so I'm going to show you on this arm. You want that elbow high, and you want to squeeze out the back side of the arm, the posterior deltoid, the back shoulder, the tricep. You might want to lean in a little bit here. Nice and stable on this one. Don't forget to breathe. Excellent. Keep that isometrics going through your spine. No movement at all. Just body contracting against gravity. Because where would gravity take me? It would take me there. I'm not letting it. I'm stabilizing my core. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Step together. We're on the end now for our deadlifts. Either both arms on the cord or one arm on the cord handle, the band handle, and the other hand can be on your stabilizing handle. Your choice. But what I don't want is any rounding of the back. This is all at the hip. Beautiful. Working the back of those legs, the upper back and shoulders. Don't forget to exhale. Got it. Keep going. Let's do 4 more. Let's do 3, 2. All right. Where'd we go from there? We did the one leg. So lift this one, hold that arm up, give me a one leg squat. If that's too much, put the toe down on your board. Try to make sure you're sitting your hip back, really firing those quads and those hip stabilizers. They have to work in unison. They have to synchronize. That's it. Down and up. Stop when you need to. Looking good. 4 more, here we go. And 3, and 2, and 1. All right, bring it back. Center out. Shake it out a little. Now, go ahead if you can and grab both of these. Now, if that makes you feel uncomfortable, hold the bands on the top of your handles. Don't hold them here. That'll keep you stable. All right, so calf raises. Band in hand. Here we go. Up, down, up. Fight for balance on the board. Feet are about 2 and 2. This will make it harder. Up, down, up, down. This will make it feel safer. Keep going. Chest up. Heads high. Chin parallel. Through the calves. Lift, lower, lift. 4 more. Deep breaths. Last 2. Now this last one, holding the up. Isometric, hold, hold, hold. Squeeze those legs, squeeze those hips, squeeze those calves. Keep it there. Breathe. The only thing I want you to hold is your breath. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. All right. Rock it out. Put those handles down. Phase 2. Seated with the long tube. Before we do that, get some water. I got a little frog in my throat here. Hey, Webster and Ken, thanks for watching. I hope you're not just watching, but you're pumping. All right, come on back now. If you came in a little late, I recommended that we use the long band and the chair for the last quarter of the class or so. So we're going to sit down. Now, you could also continue working a little bit of balance by keeping your toes on the board. Dan actually does a whole workout like this from a chair. And I highly recommend that for those of you that are having what we'll call those vertigo days, those days where you just don't feel up to challenging your balance as much, because you can still get a good workout from the chair. All right, but I want you to take your long band for now, and we're going to start by wrapping it around like that, so that you have about maybe about 1.5 feet in front of you. And then we're going to grip it with the thumbs up. We're going to tuck our elbows in, and we're going to pull out just slightly. You really want to feel this one in that shoulder cap, those deep rotator muscles, and you want to kind of pinch the scapula behind you. That's those shoulder blades. Squeeze them, release them. Keep the elbows down. Keep the neck long. So pull up on your head, down on your shoulders. Rotate out, rotate out. We have a lot of issues as we, I don't know if I want to say the word age, but as we grow. Sometimes the rotator cuff is a real tricky group of muscles and can get injured or cause some weakness that affects the overall mechanics and movements of the shoulder girdle. So keeping those rotator deep muscles that are doing this movement toned and strong is key to healthy shoulders. Down, good. 4 more times, here we go. 4 pull, then we're gonna add that isometric hold at the end. Now hold in the isometric, hold, hold, squeeze, squeeze, 8, 7, 6, hold it, 5, elbows in, 4, keep breathing, 3, count with me, 2, 1, shake it off. Wow, do you feel how adding that isometric hold at the end really accelerates things? Yeah, that's a nice way to progress things. I'm saving it kind of for the seated because I need you to feel well balanced if we add that, okay, for right now. Now, let's take one arm up, off to the angle. This arm pulls down and up, down. This is a lat pull from the ceiling. And yes, it's working the lats on the right side, or the latissimus dorsi, that large back muscle, but it's also working the stabilizers on your left shoulder. Can you feel that? If it's bothering you, then bring it in and change the range of motion on that arm, the one that was up in the air. Good. Let's do 4 more. Here we go. 4 and 3. Chest up, chin up. Hold the last one isometric. Hold it there. 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe and count. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Oh, which one did you feel it more in? Probably that one, right? All right, let's switch it up. Same thing again, other side. Pull. See, now this is a side that I've got some issues on. I once had frozen shoulder on this side. And sometimes old injuries don't heal 100%. They get better, but I have to keep this elbow bent more on this side because I just don't have the same range of strength I used to. I don't give up on it, but I definitely modify it so that I don't cause pain or strain at a compromised joint. Pull, release. Nice, thumbs up. Bring that arm down if it's getting tired. Exhale as you pull. Inhale as you release. Couple more. Now last one, hold here. Squeeze back tight, count it down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Shake them off. Now, volitional fatigue feels like that. You want to shake it. That's a good indicator, as long as it's not painful, that you did just the right amount of resistance. All right, time to take it on down to the foot. So I want you to wrap it, and when you wrap it, I want you to go all the way around. So you lasso it, you don't just wrap it. And then you can equalize it out, put a little bit on both sides so that the sides of the cords are about equal. Stick your foot out in front of you, reach your arms to the front, chest up, low rows. Oh man, this is like numero uno for posture. Squeeze them back. Bust through with the chest and sternum, back with the shoulder blades, back, down low, exhale. And if you keep that leg up, so look at me from the side, double whammy, I get to stretch my hamstring as I'm doing my row. You can even pull your toe back and stretch your calf a little bit, but make sure that tube isn't gonna slip off your shoe. That's it. Pull, release. Pull, don't forget to exhale, blow it out. Now you notice I usually will say count it down when we're doing isometrics, because if you're really counting, then you're throwing breath out, and that means you're breathing. As you say 1, air goes out, and when it goes out, it then comes back in. 4 more, 4, and 3, sit tall, 2, here comes the isometrics. Hold steady in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. All right. Whew, good job. Let's switch feet. I love that move. Got to do it again. Get a second set with the other foot in front. All right. Put it out there. Wiggle it out a little bit. Let it shake. Let it release. As a matter of fact, let's do some rolls, shoulder rolls right here. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Great job, everybody. Keep it going. A little country tune now. All right, let's reach and row. Pull and reach. Again, I love this move because it's such a great postural exercise. And who doesn't need to work on their posture? Chin parallel to floor, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Don't forget your nice inhale, exhale. That's it. Sit tall, chin parallel to the floor, elbows back and down. Second set might get a little fatigue building faster. Let's do a few more. Last one. Now hold that isometric. That holding static contraction. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. All right, unwrap and roll it out. Let's do some stretching now. You deserve it, I think. Let's rock a little bit, just side to side, lift one hip then the other. Just mobilize the pelvis. Inhale, exhale. Now let's take and rock to the right. Hold it here, hand to chair. You can let your cord go and just reach up and over. Now as you're sitting here, I want you to twist this arm. Imagine you're, I don't know, screwing in a light bulb up over your head. In and out. Righty, lefty. Righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. I don't think I learned that one until I was an adult, but it sure helps to know. Keep breathing. 4 more. 3, little active active stretching. Stretching can be dynamic and static as well, just like muscle contraction can be. All right, now pat yourself on the back and lift that elbow. You can support it. Good job, well done. Stretching that tricep and shoulder girdle. If it hurts, bring the elbow front. Always be working towards full range. All right, bring it back up. Circle the wrist and let it go. All right, rock and roll again, side to side. Just from the pelvis. It's like you're lifting one side enough to slide your hand or a piece of paper under it. Loosening up the low back, some of those large muscles that attach the spine to the pelvis. They get tight. You need to move dynamically to loosen and limber and reset. Now go ahead and lean onto this left side. Reach up and over with support. I'm holding my chair. I don't know if you can see that. Holding my chair. I get into a good static position and then I add that little dynamic rotation in my shoulder. Inhale and exhale. We did a lot of shoulder work, so we need to unwind it. We need to release it. We're getting there. All right, sitting up nice tall, pat yourself on the back. Sometimes it helps to use this other hand to gently cradle and position. This is again my cranky shoulder. So it feels good to be supported in the stretch. And if it gets too much, I just bring it forward a little bit. Nice deep breaths. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. It's an important day. We need to work that stress off. We need to unify. We need to synchronize. All right, bring those shoulder girdle muscles down. Place your hands on your thighs and let's come forward and roll through seated cat back roll. We did it standing. Let's do it seated. And this is one of those nice moving or dynamic stretches that I recommend you do whenever you have found yourself sitting, whether it's in front of the TV or the computer or anywhere, maybe in a car. This is a great way to keep the spine from seizing up. Last one. Now from here, I want you to come down to your forearms and lean forward with a flat back. We're in a cobra, modified cobra. Chest up, chin up. Inhale. Touch of yoga. Exhale back to a cat back stretch. Keep your elbows on your thighs. Hold that stretch. Tuck your chin down into your chest. Inhale. Come back to that arching back with the chin up. Long spine, chest up. Hold here. Exhale and push back. Pull your belly in. Tighten your abs. This is also a good ab exercise. One more time. Come on through. Arch that back. Push those elbows down into your thighs. Push through with the sternum. Lift the chin slightly. Pull down with the shoulder blades. Lengthen those traps, those neck muscles, upper back muscles. And then push back. Exhale. Come back up to seated tall posture. Take one leg, grab it, and circle it around a little bit. Just mobilize it in that hip. We're in the home stretch game. Now, if you're comfortable, cross it over the other leg, but extend it, and then flex and point. So it's resting comfortably on the down thigh. Sit up tall, don't let your lower back Round or collapse. Keep your chest up, your chin up. Work that ankle. Come on, feel it through the toes. Pull your toes up into the shoe, point them down into the shoe. This is for the neuropathy issues out there. You have to get those muscles moving. And I know sometimes it feels impossible, but nothing is impossible if you keep trying hard enough. Now take this leg if you're comfortable and cross it, and then give me a spinal twist, yoga spinal twist, where your arm presses your knees towards the right as your chest and chin and neck twist to the left. Sit tall on this, and if it bothers you to cross your legs up high, cross at the ankles instead. Very key that you sit tall here though, no rounding in the spine. Inhale and exhale. Gently come back, uncross that leg, switch sides. Hold it out there, let it rest on the other thigh, sit tall. Don't lose the lumbar arch in your back. Think about that. Is there a little curve or divot where your lumbar spine is? You don't want it to buckle outward. So you have to keep a real high seated feeling through the pelvis, high on the sit bones. Point and flex, chest up. If that's too high, anything I do, you can reduce the range of motion. I know I should have told you that earlier, but please note that anything that is done can be done at a lesser range to accommodate your flexibility, your strength, and if we're standing doing cardio, even your endurance. Cross if you're comfortable, sit real tall and twist, pushing your body towards the right and your thighs and hips towards the left. Inhale and exhale, nice and deep. As you inhale, fill up the lungs. As you exhale, let go of the air and the stress. Come back to center. Uncross. Sit tall. Take your arms up into the mountain pose overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. Focus on that deep cleansing breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Put the hands to the bottom of the chair. Lean your ear to shoulder. I can't leave you with a tension or pain in the neck. Other side. Lean the ear to shoulder. And then gentle half circle to the front, down with the chin, over with the ear, down with the chin, over with the ear. Couple more. Last one. And then bring it up tall. Let's bring the arms up high. Tai Chi float down. Again, up high. It's raining down low. One more. Inhale up. Pull down the heavens. And bring it to the center. Thank you so much for joining me today. I don't know about you, but I needed a workout, and I hope you did too. And I hope that this Muscle Matters gave you something to think about in terms of putting a little bit more focus on volitional fatigue and resistance done safe and effectively. And I will do a second version of this that will deal more with balancing flexibility and strength for ideal functionality, okay? But for today, it was all about just firing those muscles up, the holders, the stabilizers, the movers, so that you're a mover, all right? Craig, thanks so much for the comment. I love teaching new exercises too, and I also love, love, love the feedback. So even after the class, feel free to tell me, oh, Kath, you know, add this or that or whatever. I'm always trying to think of things to keep it fresh for you, as I know the other instructors, Dan and Debbie, are as well. And isn't that great? Now you can work out every day. So stick with it, guys, and we'll see you when? Wellness Wednesday, a week from today. Thanks, and tell your friends, get a board if they're bored. I'm sure they are by now. They've been home too long. So get yourself and your friends a board, and let's do this together. Thank you, guys. I will answer anything. Love the stretches. I do too, so I won't take those away. Trust me, they'll be here every Wednesday. All right, don't forget, muscle matters.